Hey guys, and welcome to a bit of a different Armoured Warfare video. Now, I've had a replay submitted to me by Fiaura Tank Girl, who is a fellow YouTuber and streamer, and it is featuring the Tier 5 BglPz57. Now, as I say, it is a Tier 5 German machine, designed as basically as a light infantry tank. It's got a 57mm gun, 8 shots in the salvo, 141 penetration, and 209 damage per shot. It's also got a pretty nasty missile on there, 597 damage, 571 penetration. As you can see, it is a pretty decent little machine. Now in this replay, we have a bit of a monster game going on. Early on, it does start off fairly slowly, because we're using the BglPz pretty much how it's designed to, using the high speed and maneuverability here, and it's going to get into basically a very advanced spotting position, which is going to spot all of the guys coming across the road at sort of the H2, H3 area. Now as you can see, we're going up very far, all the way up here into this little bush right here. Now as you can see, we are looking straight towards, in fact it's probably, yeah, it's H3, and you can get the early spots in there. We can see the T64, the Leopard 1A5, and it is spotting for the entire team to see. Those early spots can be a real big help, especially since the slower MBTs will take a little bit of fire usually as they're coming across there. Now it's a bit of a dangerous spot. If you do fire, then you will probably expose yourself, so Fi is not shooting at all here to try and maintain that camo rating. Now this vehicle does have a view range of 385 meters, so as you can see on the little mini-map on the right hand side, it is more than enough to spot that H3 area. It's pretty decent for its tier in terms of the spotting range. There are other ones, things like the BglPz2, however, that is going to be outspotting it. Now we're putting that 57mm cannon to work there, got a couple of hits into that BglPz, and I believe probably has been spotted, so going to relocate now. Drop down in this little dip here. There we go, down into the dip, pop the smoke, which seems to have gone right up in the air, and then move back round again. Now, sort of, I guess, trying to work out what to do here. We've already lost the friendly T64, who I don't know whether he just decided he didn't like the matchmaking anymore, and just drove into the enemy cab circle. Leopard 1A5 takes a big old hit over there, in fact 2 big hits from the Giallo behind Fi. And Fi is sort of deciding, I guess, what to do at this point. So I think at this point Fi realises the other flank down the 8-9 line is likely to fall at this point. So she actually starts to move around and try and, I guess, prop up that flank. Because currently there's only a WZ1224 over there. While that is a good little machine, it's facing up against 2 Leo 1A5s. And that's when she runs into the Fox. Now the Fox is a very dangerous little machine. That 30mm autocannon against the light armour of the BglPz is going to do a lot of damage. So you've got to be very, very careful here. However, Fi at this point realises the WZ needs the help way more, so leaves the Fox to the Giallo that is currently behind. So she's moving around a little bit here to try and get some fire into the Leo 1A5s that are back here. Going down by the water and going to pop up by the little crane thing here and see if we can get some shots. Fortunately, it doesn't look like you can actually get a shot there. Destroy the crane while you're at it, because why not? And then back up to try and work out what we're going to do here. Now, as you can see, I mean, it's been a fairly slow start so far. Little bit of damage into the BglPz, bit of spotting as well. Try and take a quick snapshot of the Leo 1A5 and miss. And reload as well. And then we're going to go for it now. So take a hit there from the Giallo. Bit unfortunate. However, go round and go for the Leo 1, which was still aiming at the WZ. And now you can see the damage output of this 57mm cannon. But the best thing about that was that she positioned herself in such a way that she couldn't actually be shot by either the Giallo or the Leo 1A5 behind, using the actual enemy tank as sort of a barrier between those other tanks. Now she's trying to trying to maneuver to get some shots. That was a ridiculous bounce on the Giallo. The Giallo should never bounce on this thing, but you know, that's one of the wonders of games like this. However, the WZ and the Giallo behind has been taken out by this crafty little fox. And now you can see the damage output on a very lightly armoured target. Finish off with the ram, and then get out of there because you don't want to take another hit by the Giallo. So she's taken an awful lot of damage at this point. That was a very risky move going up against the fox. As you can, like I said earlier, that is a very nasty 30mm cannon, and it does do a huge amount of damage very quickly. However, we're headed round to help the other flank now. That other flank's pretty much defended, and the majority of the enemy tanks are now sort of in the IJ line. There still is that other Giallo, but she can't really afford to take a hit, and she's got no support down that 8-line line. So trying to go there doesn't really make any sense. So we're going to go back to a little bit more of an advanced spotting position here, try and use the view range once again. And we're going to try and spot out the swing fire, which is currently down at sort of the I3, I3, J3 sort of area. Trying to spot that swing fire. However, that area over there, I mean, you've got the M109 over there, you've got the LAV 300 over there, you've got the swing fire over there. It is pretty heavily defended. So, we're pretty much going to try and push forward now. The Giallo goes down to another Giallo, which is a bit of a shame. And then the OF40 goes down to the Giallo as well. So, there's a lot of damage coming into the friendly team here, especially since losing 2 tanks in very quick succession. So, we're trying to push up here, down the sort of the 3-4 line. Trying to spot, once again, that swing fire or the LAV 300 that's up there. Or even potentially the RT. However, this is a very strong position they've got to defend here, and Fee doesn't really have a lot of health left to deal with. So it's one of those things that you can't really push, especially when all you've got is a BMP2 up on the ridgeline to actually try and help you. Now the WZ takes out the enemy Giallo in there, and Fee does get shot from, I believe it's probably the LAV 300 up in the J3 area. She can't see him, he can see her, so there's no point trying to attack from that direction, so Fee decides to go back. At which point, an enemy Leo 1A5 on full health appears in the base, up at A6. So the Leo 1's up there attacking the Abbot. Poor little Abbot up there is unfortunately not going to get away. He's trying all he can, he's over there, trying not to die. But unfortunately, he's about to. However, here comes the 57mm cannon at work. 3, 4 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots. There you go. It has an 8-shot magazine in it. And as you can see, side on to something as lightly armoured as a Leo 1A5. And that's 953 damage in very short time. So it is a very nasty machine. And the thing is, Fee's not even used the missiles yet, which is arguably one of the strongest features of the tank. So, I mean, this is all with the cannon, which, I mean, if you go to the forums, you see people talk about the cannon as being ridiculously weak. But put to use, and used in the right situations, the cannon on this BglPz57 can be absolutely fantastic. Now, as I said, attacking the sort of J4 area where you're being spotted but you can't see them, especially when you're on low health, doesn't make any sense. So Fee's gone all the way around the map. It's going down the 8 line to try and get up towards the back. Now there was a Giallo spotted up here not too long ago. So is he here now? Yes he is. And there he is. 1, 2 shots and the Giallo is down. Now the great thing about this gun is, again, it is fantastically accurate on the move. So you can actually put shots like that out. And you can also circle other tanks, which is a very good situation to be in. You don't ever really want to stop with this. Not if you're on low health and you're behind enemy lines. You don't really want to stop at all. So it is definitely something that is worth remembering. So we've got the M109. Again, the first shot on the move. Second shot was as you were stopping. So as I said, this gun is brilliantly accurate. So we've got a LAV 300. Who is going on the BMP. diving off the cliff, takes down the BMP, and here comes that damage output once again. And so that is the BglPz57 played by Fi in a very aggressive support role. This thing is fantastically mobile and really allowed her to not only recognise where the team needed her support, but was also quick enough to manage to relocate and actually provide the support. This is a fantastic little tank, especially when played by someone that actually knows how to use it. And that is obvious to see when you check the post-battle results screen. 4,660 damage done, although for all those early spots, only 330 spotting damage, in an all-round fantastic game and one that carried the team. Especially after losing a few tanks fairly early on, that T-64 that obviously decided he didn't want to be a part of the game anymore. Really hate seeing that, but, you know, unfortunately in an online game it happens. However, she did nearly the double the damage of the next best player on her team, nearly 600 more base XP as well. If you ever wanted a prime example of where paying attention to your mini-map, planning your attacks, realising who needs support and when, it can really change the tide of a battle. This is a fantastic example of that. I urge you all to check out Fi's channel. It's linked in the description below. She reviews tanks, live streams, and is an all-round fantastic person with great content. Plus, is a pretty damn good player to go along with that. And with that said, I hope you guys can give me a bit of feedback in the comments below. It's the first time I've done this kind of replay commentary, so any constructive criticism is always welcome. I am planning to stream Armoured Warfare more often, and hopefully with Fi as well if we can sort some stuff out. But as always, many thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.